Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. Let me begin where all of this started. In Nepal, my home country, where women are still considered the second sex. They are underrepresented in leadership and excluded from the environmental decision-making. Let's imagine a child whose name is Milan. Milan is a unisex name back home. So, what if Milan is a girl? If Milan is a girl, her story becomes different. Her choices are limited by the customs, by the rituals, and different barriers. She grows up in a world where her leadership role is not welcome. I am Suji, but I am Milan in some way. Being the first generation woman in my family to go to school, to go to university, being first generation in a lot of things. It's a great privilege for me as a woman. As a kid and further in my life, I always cared and loved nature and wanted to do my part. But with studying and working, I came to an understanding that caring wasn't enough. There were structural and systemic barriers that were holding women back. As a young forestry professional, I went to different remote areas of Nepal and met a lot of women leaders. In my professional and advocacy works, I witnessed their labor, their leadership, and also their invisibility in decision-making. Climate policies were being made about them, but rarely with them. Even today, only 23% of Australia's forestry workforce is women. In Nepal, it's even worse, with women being just around 7% of the workforce in the Ministry of Forests and Environment. Women were managing forests daily in the communities, but the policy tables remain male-dominated. That's why I was part of spaces like Female Foresters Network, which is an informal collective of women foresters in Nepal, where we built synergy and we created a critical pool of women leaders working towards gender equality. In my professional and advocacy works, I work to integrate gender equality, disability, and social inclusion into the forestry governance. I was lucky enough to receive Australia Awards scholarship and to study at University of Melbourne, a great privilege for me. This path led me to Wattle Fellowship, where my privilege became my purpose. Within the fellowship, I always had that urge to give back to my community, and Forest Fem Futures became that avenue for me to give back to the community where I came from. Through my Wattle Action Project, Forest Fem Futures, I will support leadership training for women in Nepal's community forest. That includes gender equality, disability, social inclusion, and climate action to the core. Women managing community forests in Nepal will be equal partners leading from the grounds. The collaboration with Female Foresters Network and Federation the collaboration with Female Foresters Network and Federation of Community Forests, we will support the path of gender equality in the forestry governance in one hand and create a gender and climate transformative leadership in the other. So what does future look like for Forest Fem Futures? We are looking forward to replicate Forest Fem Futures in other parts of the Nepal. We are looking forward to grant making to upscale the project and collaborate with other organizations. We aim to document experiences and stories and promote the leadership of women foresters as an ongoing feature of Forest Fem Futures. We want to continue telling stories and bridge the policy gap between the women foresters and authorities. We will tell stories that resist invisibility. For me, Inclusion is not a tick box exercise. Inclusion is the fertile soil where the real climate action grows. Milan's story must be different in future, and together we can make that happen. Thank you so much.